Hello friends! In today's video, we are starting off at the thrift store, searching for more items to add to our outdoor decor. I'll be making over a section of the fence and turning it into a succulent propagation station and cactus display. So let's go see what we can find. Well, sometimes you just can't stay away. The curiosity got to me. This is one of the Goodwills that we say is the good Goodwill. So let's see if we find some reasonable prices here. I'm looking for some more things to make looking for some more pieces to make more bird baths. And then I am also going to be adding more to my succulent cactus display. So I'm looking for some things like that too. So let's see what the prices look like today. Okay, so I mentioned before, ooh, here's a good little teapot. That's cute for a display, and $3, not too terrible. Oh wow, it's actually really cool. I'm afraid to lift that up because it's really heavy, but that is neat. So I found some little terracottas, which I have said before I love. I think the color today was yellow, so these won't be on sale, but these look really nice. Nice and heavy and old, but I love terracotta, so I was thinking of including this in the display, like a terracotta metal blend. Sounds pretty in my head. I don't know how pretty it would be in actual, you know, in actuality. Always love these little guys. Oh, get 3 for $1. That's not bad. This is really nice. I love this coastal type of decor. Ooh, $9. I don't need that, and thankfully I'm fine departing with that. Okay, here we have some really pretty red. I like this potentially for a base for a bird bath. And that's not a bad price, but it is just kind of short for what I'm wanting, or the space that I'm wanting it, and also not really the color I'd like. This is cute. These are faux, but I could add them onto the fence. I don't know. It'll definitely last for the winter time. And there's two. Here we go. Possibly green. Oh, it's kind of short. What you think of this? Oh, pretty.
I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but for that price, you like it.
Oh my gosh, $2. It's too bad it's way too deep for a bird bath, but that would still look pretty. And you could put some rocks in there. I like that. This is really pretty too. Not really for outside, but I love that color. Okay, so far the prices on these items, not bad. But what brought me down here was this. However, I think it might be a little too squat again. But pretty colors. Kind of thinking about going with that green, or maybe doing blue. This is pretty, but it's too short. And these really caught my eye. There's 3 of them. These are just really cool. Some more of these pretty colors, but all too small for what I need. Okay, take a look at the metal art. This is a good one. Ooh, not bad. But I think I need to hang what I already have, although I really do like this. Maybe I should think about it. If so, I need to put it in my cart. A couple fun pieces right here. Looks like they're $4 each. What I saw over here was, if I can find it again. Oh my goodness. That's pretty cool. Oh, here they are. Got some more. Now these are rather tall. $4 for that one. Look how tall that is. But here's a nice little one. Maybe it's got a nice little price to go along with it. That's not too bad. I wish I had a little bit more to it, maybe some handles or something. We'll think about that. That's fun. Now this could maybe look good on top of that. Thought this was super cute, but then I turned it around and saw that this is missing. It's just $1, but I would be buying it for a project. So it's like, do you want to do the project? Not really sure. Found some more planters. No holes, but it's not too bad for succulents. Oh, this one has holes. That's nice. Something like this could maybe work, but I would need it to be a lot taller. It's missing one, but is that for real? Yes. It's the next day, and I think that I don't ever accomplish a thrift haul on the same day that I go thrifting. So it is usually the next day or a couple of days later, but it is the next day, and we're gonna do a very quick thrift haul because I didn't get that many things, but I was pleasantly surprised to see decent prices at that Goodwill. So yay for that. And I'm currently sitting in the shade. It is very hot and sunny in the area that I'm going to be working in today. I will keep it real by saying the motivation is very little today for this project, but it's nap time, and nap time is my time to shine, even if it means getting hot and sweaty and being out here in the middle of the day. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's do this thrift haul, and then let me show you what we're working on today. It is basically a makeover of some shelving that we put along the fence, and this project has been there for maybe a few years now, and it's gathered some clutter. I would like to just redesign it. I want to turn it into a propagation station for our succulents and cactus, and it's just a very sunny area, so it's perfect for those kinds of plants. First for the thrift haul is this wonderful lantern in great shape and $3. I liked this, and I thought that it would look good on our shelves, if not hanging somewhere else in the garden with some lighting. I am indeed a terracotta enthusiast, and I just loved the looks of these. The aged look for me is a plus. So we've got $2 on each of these. As I have mentioned, it is the middle of the day, so the sun is up high and I'm gonna get some shadows, but I know that you guys probably don't mind. But this one was kind of cool, it had some neat details there. So 3 of these pots for $6 total. I like it. And I'm going to be possibly rehoming some of our cactus in here, or these are gonna again be some nice little propagation stations. In my last video, I was talking about collecting some more galvanized metal for the shelves, and look at this. The legs pop up. This was actually at a second Goodwill that we went to in the same day, and I didn't film in there. I may have filmed the clip of finding this, but it is missing one of its tea lights, one of its votives. I always get those words. I always interchange the two, but it's missing one of these. I am pretty sure I have another one lying around somewhere. If not, I may actually take these off. I'm not quite sure yet, but I just thought that that was adorable. And look, brand new tag from TJ Maxx. And look at the amazing, what I feel is probably a mistake, but I'm not sure. Maybe not. Maybe they were like, you know what? We're getting rid of it for $1. So you know what? I'm gonna say the Goodwill was a success yesterday, because, and this was 2 separate Goodwills, so they're not completely crazy yet, you guys. You just gotta go a lot. Gonna put the sunglasses on. I should probably wear a hat, but we'll see about that. And behind me is our project. So you guys know I like to time myself when I do projects, just to kind of see and put it into perspective of how long it actually took. But today what I'm gonna do is set a timer. So I'm gonna, that way I can just get started. If I can just get started, I think the momentum will build. At least that's the hope. So we're setting a timer for 30 minutes. I wanna see how much I can get done. I at least wanna clear the shelves off today and then start my design process. And then if we need to, we can finish it up tomorrow. So let's start that timer and get this cleared off. Let's get started with this design. I'm only 10 minutes into the project, so we're doing great. Let's keep going. This is a metal art piece that my dad gave me, and I believe it came from my grandparents' farm. I'll have to double check with him on that, but I just love anything that came from their farm, first of all, because that's just such a special, nostalgic place for me. But also, you guys know the metal art is the vibe. I love that. It just needs freshening up with some paint. We were messing around with some colors, and that's what's on there right now, but I think with a lovely paint job, this could be a perfect focal point for our shelves here, because I do think it needs some type of focal point. Otherwise, everything is just gonna look a little boring. I don't know. Maybe another word is better for that, but I love to work with a focal point, and I feel like right along there is gonna be our spot. Here is what we cleared off. I kept the spray cans and other random paint type things somewhere else so I can put those away from the children. But these are some of the decor pieces that have just accumulated on those shelves, and then also some of the newer finds that I want to incorporate along with our terracotta. And then I feel like it would be good to have some type of color going on, so I'm gonna go with either white or green. I'm gonna be getting rid of a good amount of these things, so donating them, and yeah, just adding in some new life. We are going to paint this. I was able to pick up some green paint yesterday. I ran out of my paint I used on the Playhouse project. This is a lighter shade of green, but I thought it would look pretty. You found a bee? And I have some white paint, I have some copper paint. I actually wanted to find this terracotta color that I've seen in the store before, but I didn't see it. So I'm just gonna go with some paint that I already have, because that's just what I like to do if I can. Because I've already spent the money on this. We don't need to be buying any extra spray paints. Pretty sure you saw all the ones I removed from the fence already. So anyway, let's get to painting. I was inspecting this a little bit more closely yesterday because it's a heavy piece, and I found this tag on the back. And do you see the original price for this? $125. So that is why I get so excited when you find these things at the thrift store, although like I mentioned, this was given to me. Let's see what we can do. Cleaning off the shelves, remember how this had one missing, which if you look very closely you can tell that it's a different glass, but I just cleaned it up, and behold what was on the shelves, this little guy right here. And so that's going to fit perfectly there. I think I'm going to glue it because these other ones are glued. We'll add some rocks, some dirt, and add our little propagation pieces. Excuse the crooked beach hat, but it is a lifesaver. I have a spot in front of the shelves that I want to add some flowers, and I have flowers already, so I didn't need to buy any. I have some daisies that I planted last year, and they're doing well right now, and they're in various pots. So I'm thinking, because they love the sun, I've got some behind me here that are reaching for the sun as best they can. Where are they? So we're gonna move those over there, and then I have some in a different pot that I want to move in front of the fence also, and I think that will look really good. I hope you enjoyed today's transformation of this space. It was much needed, and I am so happy when I look outside and see this made over. I hope you feel inspired and motivated to work on a project or an area that you would like to make beautiful too. If you enjoyed today's video, subscribe for more projects to come. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time.